It's Monday, May the 20th, and you're listening to the Three Nerds in a Basement podcast. I'm your host, Vince, along. So go ahead.
Blaven.
Anthony.
This is the Geek Chic Culture Podcast, where we talk about all the cool things in the world.
Happy Victoria Day.
Happy Victoria Day. And to start things off, we apologize for last week's shenanigans. But we're back on track, and we've got a review, as promised, of Star Trek Into Darkness.
Into it.
So we are going to go right into it. This is the sequel to the, I believe, 2009 J.J. Abrams reboot of the popular sci-fi franchise. Stars Chris Pine, Zachary Quinto, and all your other favorites who were in the first movie, I believe. Before we start, I'm going to say right now, because I always forget to, we will, unfortunately, spoil it. That's just the nature of the discussion. So I will give you 5 seconds to pull up that chapter marking and get to the next segment if you don't want to hear. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Alright, I warned you.
God.
Blaven, Star Trek Into Darkness.
John Cho blew me away.
John Cho.
He was the star of the show, and he really put the movie all together. He his Captain Sulu was basically, they should just be named Star Trek Into Sulu.
That sounds fucking disgusting.
Yo, this movie is awesome. I liked it a lot.
Mm-hmm.
It did a really good job of not revealing its true plot with Khan in the trailers, and I really enjoyed that. Like, I didn't even see that coming. And fans of the Star Wars,
Wait, what didn't you see coming?
That is Khan.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and the fans of the Star Trek universe were really pleased. I guess, I hope that they're using such familiar names and familiar adversaries. So,
yeah,
it really takes them back to Star Trek II, The Wrath of Khan and whatnot. Also, the characters now look a lot older than they did.
Yeah.
Way older.
Yeah. Well, it makes sense. I mean, the first movie was 2009, and they kind of looked like kids back then.
Yeah, they did.
Right?
The CG was magnificent. There's a lot of just bright lights and a lot of
lens flares.
I also what I like too about it is that the interior of the USS Enterprise is very clean.
Yeah, it's very, very unlike the original Star Trek.
And their shirts and everything really make them pop out when they're inside the USS Enterprise, because everything's white and they're all wearing different shirts. Especially when they Captain on the bridge, and that whole bridge is just white.
Yeah,
it's just dudes standing around and stuff. In stark contrast to the other Dreadnought class ship, which is all black. Yeah. So I really enjoy the fact that it's the sense of scale they did with the USS Enterprise, how it came out of the water, its relation to the space station, to the other Dreadnought class when it crashed into Earth and stuff. The action was pretty good. The story was actually, I guess, pretty standard. I didn't see it coming that Kirk was gonna pass away momentarily. But if you watch the original film, it was reversed.
Yeah.
Spock was the one who saved the Star Trek.
Really? You didn't think he was gonna die?
What? No, I didn't. No, I didn't know anything about the movie, so it doesn't say much except that there's the USS Enterprise. What it looked like it was gonna crash into this thing, but yeah, it's really cool how they had the parallels where it's different now that Kirk was the one who passed away instead of Spock saving the warp core and stuff.
Yeah. And
I generally enjoyed it. I didn't realize that I knew as much about Star Trek as I did.
Yeah, you do, yeah.
Yeah, because I knew what a tribble was, and I knew Spock's Vulcan nerve pinch, and the thing he does with your face where he puts his fingers on and stuff. So I thought it was really good. I enjoyed it actually better than the first movie. Yep. So yeah, that's my view on it.
All right, cool. Anthony, did you like Star Trek Into Darkness?
Yeah, I thought it was pretty good. I'd really I came into the movie with no expectations, I guess.
Did you not see the first one?
I did, but I saw it on after it was on DVD. I never saw it in theaters.
Yeah, it doesn't really change anything.
Yeah,
I mean,
and I thought that movie was okay. My favorite part was actually before they got onto the spaceship when he was the kid and he was driving the car. That was my favorite part of the movie.
Yeah, is it because of the soundtrack? Okay.
Beastie Boys.
Yeah.
And then and this movie was just full on just space porn.
Yes.
Pretty much.
It is space opera.
Yeah, it it was all futuristic ships, all crazy lasers and different future tech. Even they were really. I liked how they were pretty creative with the fights. Like when Kirk had to fight the first helicopter that was shooting everybody in the conference room.
Yes.
And he used the fire hose from the thing to throw it into the engine.
Yes.
Yeah, I thought that was really cool. Yeah, and they were just I don't know. And all the fights, how they played out, I would have never guessed it would play out like that. Also, my favorite part of the movie was Benedict Cumberbatch. And even just, I don't know, he was just, I'm really on villains right now. And he played a really good evil guy, which I didn't expect from him, because I would have thought in my head, it's like, oh, it's just good guy Sherlock, you can't play.
Yeah, well, they say,
dude.
Villains are more important than the lead hero, right?
And like even he had the right facial expressions, he had the right tone of voice. Like even him just in general was kind of brooding. Like he was a really good villain, and I really enjoyed that whole portion. And yeah, I thought it was pretty good.
That's good. Yeah. It's good to hear. Good to hear you both liked it. I also liked it. Actually, I think I liked it a lot more than I think I do. Because when I was thinking about it, I'm like, yeah, okay, I really love this movie.
Oh, what is her name? Alicia Eve.
Alice Eve.
Alice Eve, hot.
Yes. British, U.S. actress Alice Eve. Yes.
Yeah.
Very good looking. I forget which role she reprised or she takes over for. But I remember seeing the picture, and it's pretty close to the original actress. But no, I like this movie a lot. But it wasn't the movie I thought it was going to be. This movie felt very more structured like what we've come to know as summer action superhero film.
Yep.
Like it felt very much more like that rather than the first Star Trek being more like sci-fi opera adventure scene. And even though this movie was good, I can't help but wonder. Well, when it opens up, the first 10 minutes of this movie are the crew on this very very young planet.
Yeah,
Yes, and half the crew's in a volcano, the other half is running through this forest of red trees, and it is super colorful, and you get that whole sense of adventure and exploration. And that's what I thought this movie was going to be, but it quickly lets you know that no, that is not where we're going. We're going to make a bad guy, and unfortunately for me, in the middle section of this movie, that's where I kind of fell out of it, where it's a very classic move in like, well, what's more imposing than you, only better in every way. So when that big ship appeared, I was like, I couldn't help but roll my eyes. I'm like, oh, I'm so uninterested right now. And then, but they kept going, and I was like, oh, okay, so that's just a little sidestep. That's fine. There's someone else here that's more important, and that's interesting. They also went to Kronos, home planet of the Klingons, and I thought that was cool. It's like, okay, this is still adventure. This is still we're meeting new species and stuff. That's cool. I just don't like how it revolved so much around the politics of, is it Starfleet? Starfleet Academy. I just, that really took me out of it. And unfortunately, the end of this movie where they hype up this 5-year excursion is the movie I wanted to see.
Yeah.
And I think that is the most upsetting thing for me is that the thing I wanted to see is exactly where this movie ends. But I still enjoyed it through and through. I kind of felt like they really focused on Kirk, Spock, and Uhura a lot.
Yes. They were pretty much the main.
Like whereas in the first movie I felt like Bones and who's the kid who's beside usually Chekhov and Sulu. They were in the first movie. They also had I felt like they all had like equal share of screen time.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But here I felt like everybody took a back seat to the primary three. I was like, oh, like yeah, they're the leads. I get that, but
what's his face from Shaun of the Dead got some screen time? The guy who played Scotty.
Simon Pegg.
Yeah. Simon Pegg did get some screen time, but it's still like I felt like they were all completely backseat.
Okay.
Like,
But Captain.
Yeah, like I would have loved more of that, especially Sulu. Like I felt like all he did in that movie was engage warp. I'm taking the captain's chair, and that's all he did. Right in the first movie, he talks about how he's like top of his class in fencing,
Yep.
right?
Yeah.
And he even has his little action scene. But here he does nothing.
Have you ever seen the movie Galaxy Quest?
Yeah, that's a great movie.
They make a lot of jokes about that.
That's
about the guy. All you do is go into warp and you just push a lever. That's
Yeah.
all you do.
Yeah, that's the thing.
Yeah, but like, if John Cho was given more screen time, he'd outshine everybody. You don't want that.
Maybe that's what we need. Maybe we need more John Cho in Hollywood.
Maybe they should have had the Patel guy there.
They should have.
Kumar.
Yeah.
Oh man, he's too busy working for Obama.
I know.
Yeah.
Crazy.
What I will say, like, just visually, it looks great, but I can't help but be reminded of, man, there are some direct rips from Mass Effect 3 here. Like, there are certain scenes that if you've played Mass Effect, you'd be like, wow, it's kind of amazing that, like, the whole world doesn't take the video game industry seriously, so they can just feel free to rip ideas and
Which part was this?
A lot of the ending,
Yeah.
when they're at Earth,
Yeah.
and they're just doing that whole like command sequence. You wouldn't even know. You haven't played it.
What command sequence?
Not command. Sorry. Fighting like the fight scenario. Just everything's white, but like the city's being torn down.
Yeah.
That is all the end of Mass Effect 3, or that's all the beginning of Mass Effect 3. Actually.
Okay.
You know. Yeah. There's a lot of direct parallels there that any Mass Effect fan will be like. They'll love it. They'll be like, well, this is everything we know, only better with a higher budget.
Oh man.
But yeah, no, I really enjoyed this film. It was great. It was great. I don't like it better than the first, but I had a great time watching it.
Cool.
So let's rate this one. We'll start with you, Anthony. We'll go alphabetical.
I'll give it a 4. It's pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
I've got a 5. I'm very enthusiastic about it.
I also give it a 5, but I was left wanting more. Which I guess is a great thing, right?
That ending though was so good.
What?
When they're just saying the whole speech from the beginning of every Star Trek episode.
Yeah.
And like it's just like wow.
Yeah, it is great, right? And you're like, I want to watch what's happening now.
Yeah. Yeah.
Star Trek 3.
Yeah, so yeah, I hope to see where it goes. If we don't see one for, I don't know, a couple years because JJ's caught up in Star Wars, I won't be surprised.
Yeah.
So, there we go. Let's move into our picks of the week. And Anthony, you can kick this one off.
I start mine off with a new fighting game announcement. You guys know the Guilty Gear series?
Yeah, I want to know how you pronounce the title.
It's like Xrd or Xrd. It's something fucking stupid. But they had to do that because their last game's title was super long, which was Guilty Gear XX Accent Core Plus R, which was the latest one.
Mm-hmm.
And so they're coming out with a new Guilty Gear series, franchise, whatever. And it's all 3D. It's actually it's going away from the 2D sprites, and it's actually running on Unreal Engine, which is.
But is the gameplay still like?
The gameplay's still 2D.
Okay,
it's like Street Fighter 4.
Okay,
yeah.
I was gonna be like, do you mean like it's like Tekken?
No,
Soul
no,
Calibur,
no.
8-way run?
No. So far they've shown 4 characters, 2 in gameplay and then 2 in cutscene.
Yeah.
The 2 were Soul Bad Guy, which is, if you've seen him, he's the big dude with the fire attacks, and then Kai Kisuke. I don't know how to pronounce his name properly.
Red and blue.
Yeah, pretty much Thunder and Fire.
Yeah. And
then the 2 they showed a couple of the new systems. They have this Clash system.
Clash.
Well, usually when 2 attacks hit at the same time, they clash, right? And so it makes a big lightning bolt, and they nullify each other.
Mm-hmm.
But apparently they're going to go more in depth with that kind of thing. So if you clash, you can break out of it, and then you can get advantages and stuff somehow. I haven't really read up all too much on it, so I don't know the exact details. And then it seems like there might be a lot of cinematic elements. It seemed like in the trailer, it made it look like within the fight, there's going to be like little cutscenes.
So like Dead or Alive?
No, it's like it's using in-game engine, but it completely takes you out. It's not like you just fall down the stage.
So then like
it's like he was rolling backwards, and then when he recovered, it showed like a cutscene of him grabbing the floor and then getting up and then looking at him like, I'm going to get you. I guess kind of like when they in Injustice when they talk to each other. It seemed kind of like that.
That's interesting.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't really know what's going on there.
Yeah.
The other thing is the other two characters that are going to be back in are Mila Rage, and I think his name is Eddie. Mm-hmm. He uses like dark spirits and stuff, and Mila Rage uses her hair as like a weapon. And so I've always liked the Guilty Gear series, just like I always like the BlazBlue series. It's just that they're so hard to get into.
Yes.
Like Guilty Gear is one of the hardest fighting games to get into. Like it's up there with Virtua Fighter. Mm-hmm. And I kind of hope that they make it easier, like in a Street Fighter 4 style, or maybe not so far as like a Marvel vs. Capcom style. Mm-hmm. But like I kind of want them to strike a balance between like this, like if you're good, like it's because you worked hard. Kind of like Persona 4 struck that balance. It's like if I'm just getting into it, I can still have a lot of fun with this game. Mm-hmm. But if I really want to get deep into it, there's a lot of crazy ass shit that you'll only get there with dedication. So that I hope it's kind of like that, and I'm looking forward to it. Looks really nice too for 3D.
I don't think they're gonna go in the easier route that you want.
You think so? That game, I don't know. It's just all that company has now is BlazBlue and Guilty Gear. That's it.
Yeah, but that's why they made Persona, right? For Persona, they had a reason. They knew that their market was RPG fans.
Yeah, true.
So they wanted to make it easy, but I don't know. I think because the people who play Guilty Gear, they like the fact that it's hard.
Japanese. Yeah, nobody plays it here in North America.
They like that there's this barrier of elitism that you have to wade through before you get to play. Nice. Right, Blaven?
No, see, why you gotta phrase it like that? I'm sure that's not why they did that.
I'm sure it is.
I don't know. Like when there's links in fighting games, right? Mm-hmm. They put links into cancels in Guilty Gear. See, like where it's like if you cancel the move during these specific frames of this move, to cancel it only costs 25% of your bar instead of 50% of your bar.
Yeah.
And they're called false Roman cancels, and they're fucking stupid.
But if you know how to do them,
then but if you know how to do them, man, like they're the hardest thing in the world.
Yeah, but you're in that.
Yeah, you're in that 1%.
Exactly.
Pretty much.
You're up there.
Yeah,
that's fantastic.
So yeah, it's crazy, and Guilty Gear always has some pretty unique character designs.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I kind of want to see new characters, really.
Yeah. Well, they'll probably get the staples in there, and then one or two new, maybe four.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
So yeah, it'll be cool.
I think people are only ever excited about Bridget.
Yeah. Yo-yos and guy nuns.
Exactly.
Okay, wait a minute. I just watched the trailer now. That was just probably part of the trailer.
Maybe, yeah. But people are saying, like, that's what I was reading up, that there are going to be weird cinematic elements, kind of like...
That just sounds so weird. Like in a single-player match, fine. But like in a versus? Like,
yeah.
That would be... Like, I can see that happening if that was in their, like, story mode, but... in a tournament situation, right?
Yeah, in a very competitive type of game.
That would throw me off my rhythm. Not that I have rhythm in fighting games, but yeah, like it just
sort of happens.
Yeah,
but it's like I don't know.
3D, yeah,
yeah. I was reading up on the story too of Guilty Gear, the franchise. Stupid.
Well,
humans versus gears, and there was like 1,000-year war.
It sounds like any sort of fiction that comes from Japan.
Yeah, true. It's all dumb.
Yeah,
I'll be the first to admit that.
Awesome.
That's great. Yeah, that's my pick. More fighting games.
All right.
He looks like a chick.
Yeah, man, he's the pretty boy.
This is Guilty Gear. Come on.
Yeah.
Soul Bad Guy is where you go for manliness.
Yeah. Well, I know Blaven really wants to talk about his pick because he's excited for this one. So why don't you tell us all about it?
So I went to see The Great Gatsby, which we're going to talk about later. But my pick of the week is the trailer for the movie called Rush.
No, it's not. Shut up.
Yeah. So
I had that like 2 weeks ago.
This is a movie called Rush, right? It's about... No, I saw another trailer too. It's actually it was brought to my attention by my friend, and I didn't even hear about it. My mom heard about it before I did too.
That's weird because I could have swore this trailer was out a long time ago.
Yeah, that's what everybody's been saying. Too.
Yeah, I could have swore. Oh no! I know why you didn't see it.
Why?
Because last time we saw a movie where it was there, you guys. I think you and Anthony were late walking in, and so you probably missed it.
Maybe. Yeah. But so this trailer I'm thinking about is for Now You See Me.
Yep.
So it stars the two guys from Zombieland, Tallahassee, and Ohio, or Idaho.
Yeah.
Jesse Eisenberg and
Woody Harrelson?
Huh? Woody Harrelson, that's the one. I think it's Sacha Baron Cohen's wife.
It's Isla Fisher.
Isla Fisher and James Franco's
brother.
Brother.
Dave Franco.
Dave Franco.
There
See, I know
Isn't
everyone.
the Hulk in it?
Yeah, Mark Ruffalo's
also in it.
He's, I think, one of the cops.
Yeah.
And yeah, I watched the first 4 minutes of this thing, the first 4 minutes of the movie.
Okay.
And so Jesse Eisenberg, I don't know if he's like a big time magician, but he was like doing a street trick.
Yeah, that's the premise, right? They're all like street.
Yeah, and then he like throws the cards, and then a building lit up. And like, so I guess I don't know if he's a stage magician because like street magicians don't do that.
Yeah.
James Franco is like the pickpocket.
Yeah.
So he does a trick and then he picks your pocket.
Yeah.
There's Woody Harrelson is like a hypnotist. And Isla Fisher, is that her name?
Isla Fisher.
Isla Fisher she's also like a escape artist, I think. She's an escape artist.
They were known as the Four Horsemen.
Yeah, and their whole thing is that they rob a bank during one of their magic shows. And Morgan Freeman, Michael Caine, and I guess Mark Ruffalo are there to stop them.
Yeah, I think Mark Ruffalo is like the detective.
Is he? And what is Morgan Freeman like?
Morgan Freeman, I don't know what he is. I know Michael Caine owns the bank.
Oh, okay.
Of course he would.
I thought Michael, what is it, like Lucius Fox was just there because Batman's not there. But yeah, so the show looks really good. You know, I'm really interested in magic, and just to see them like perform magic, I'm excited to see if it's more just a heist movie or if it's actually like they do a lot of sleight of hand and stuff, or how big a magic is presented in this movie. But yeah, I think it's gonna be like a Ocean's 11 kind of thing, right?
You think so?
Yeah.
I thought that initially, but then where the trailer goes, I had different opinions.
Yeah, did you see like in the trailer, like some people are like fighting with fire, like throwing fire at each other, and then there's like a computer game thing that's going on too, and then they like jump off a building and stuff. I'm like, huh.
So the question I want to ask you is, would you like it better if they stayed within like real magician stuff, or would you like them to go supernatural?
I like them to stick with real magician stuff.
Okay.
Yeah. Sleight of hand and shit.
Okay.
Yeah, with ghosts.
Huh?
With ghosts.
With ghosts.
No, I'd like them to just stick with that. That'd be really cool. It's coming out next week, so I'm really excited to see it.
Yeah, like it's what do you call it? At first, yeah, I was thinking, this is your standard caper film. It could be like an Ocean's or a Snatch.
Yeah. But
then I looked at the cast, and I'm like, apart from Michael Caine and Morgan Freeman, it's kind of like a B-list ensemble cast. And I'm like, the thing that made Ocean's 11 work is that they were all
A-listers?
Yeah, A-list superstars. Yeah. So then I thought about, well, what about Snatch? Because Snatch is another caper film.
Yeah.
But like, well, that has that sort of British edge. What does this movie have? And then I thought, okay, I'm looking at this movie wrong. What this movie is actually The Prestige. Right? Where it's just complete sci-fi bullshit by the end of it.
Oh, I hope not.
Because that's what it looks like to me.
Yeah.
That's the parallel I see here. I mean, they're also like Robin Hood people, steal from the rich, give to the poor.
Yeah, but I don't know. I don't want it to be like The Prestige.
I think you're in for a surprise.
Oh, God.
I think you're in for a rude awakening.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
Well, it's still about magic, so I'm still going to see it.
Yeah.
So, yep. Too bad Darren Brown is not in a feature-length film.
What would he do?
I don't know.
He would like hypnotize the audience, and then you'd come out, you'd be like, I thought I saw a movie.
He'd just be so British. But I'm also looking forward if there's any cameos.
Oh, from real magicians?
Yeah. Because I know that in the movie Shade, Cyril Takawura or whatever was in it. And in that Amazing Burt Wonderstone, David Copperfield was in it.
Yeah.
So I wonder who they're going to have in this movie.
I'm not sure, actually.
Yeah. But yeah, it's my pick of the week. Yeah. Tell us about Rush then.
No. I don't have a pick of the week. All I have is speculation.
Oh, right.
Because tomorrow is the Microsoft event where they're going to announce the new Xbox.
Ooh. Xbox 720.
But I figured, you know what? By the time this podcast goes up, you'll probably already have seen that. So I'm just here to tell you my predictions and see how right or wrong I am. And if you guys have predictions as well.
Okay.
Actually, do you guys have any thoughts on it?
Nope.
No? Anthony, do you?
I'm going to buy a PlayStation.
That's not the question.
No, so I don't care. So I got no predictions.
Oh, okay.
Well, I don't keep up with Xbox or PS3 anyway, so...
I know you don't, yeah. No, I was just going to go with, I don't expect it to be, unlike on a hardware level, I don't expect it to outdo what Sony's putting out. And I don't know. Like, I don't know what to expect from this event tomorrow. Like, I think all they're gonna show are the big mainstream games, like Call of Duty.
That's what you gotta
Yo,
do, kind
Blops
of.
3?
Yes. PlayStation didn't do that.
Yeah, because PlayStation's dumb.
Yo, Blops 3!
Yeah, just because they didn't do it doesn't mean they should. They should have done.
I mean, all this lead up to both consoles, like PlayStation's getting like they're getting the great PR right now, right?
Yeah.
Like we're the indie game console. We love everybody.
Junova Chen was talking and shit, and he's like,
and that's great for them. That's great. Microsoft is kind of like we don't know what we're doing. We're not responding to anything. It makes us look like we're kind of dumb, but
the J.J. Abrams of.
Yeah, but then I thought about it, I'm like, you know what, man, if Microsoft wraps up all the big budget games, I think that's going to change a lot of perception, right? Like, because at this point, I don't think Sony's really shown anything that's not indie. I mean, like, or that's not like on a
they
big.
showed the Final Fantasy stuff.
Yeah, but that's going to both. Who cares,
yeah.
right? That's going to like they. As excited as I am for the PlayStation 4, nothing they've actually shown has excited me. And I guess I just never thought about that until now.
Yeah. I guess you're just waiting for Blops 3.
I think I am. I need to get my shooter fix, right?
Yeah.
Go for Halo 17.
Well, no, they don't have that.
Oh yeah, Bungie's not doing Halo.
Yeah, they're doing Destiny on PlayStation.
Oh yeah. Is that PlayStation exclusive?
I don't know, but I think what they're saying is the new Infinity Ward game is exclusive to 360. Or not 360, sorry. The next Xbox.
Oh.
Right?
See.
Well, I need to get on that.
It's called the Next Box.
Yeah, name. So originally I said Infinity. I kind of wanted just to be the Xbox.
The Xbox?
Yeah, like
the Xbox?
Like the has to be in the title. Like it can't just be Xbox.
2 E's or 1 E?
No, just one.
Okay.
The Xbox. The Xbox. That Xbox.
Or that box.
D. Just a D.
It's going to be called the Game Box.
No, there has to have an X in there somewhere.
And box.
No, that's just wrong.
Game Box.
That's just wrong.
What if they just called it X?
If they just called it the X?
And then DMX came out.
That would be kind of weird.
Fucking awesome. You just hear dogs bark in the background. DMX is like, yo, I love this new shit.
Yeah, that would be weird. I want to see what they're gonna do with their live subscription. Is what I'm really curious about. Because right now it's kind of like you pay to play.
Do you think they'll charge again?
Of course. And I'm pretty sure Sony's gonna charge too.
Damn.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Well, I guess I'm out of gaming.
It's too stupid not to charge because that's free revenue for whoever does it, right?
Well, I guess I'm out of gaming now.
Like I know Sony's got the good word with PlayStation Plus, but the thing is, PlayStation Plus isn't it's not mandatory in any way, right? Like you have no incentive to get it.
Except if you want like a free library of games.
But they're all questionable games, right? Like how many of those games do you actually care about? Most people buy it. Like we have a friend who has Plus, right?
Yeah.
And he just gets it because it's free. But not that many people are that interested.
My one friend that I play Counter-Strike with has Plus, and like he's loving it. Like he hasn't bought a PlayStation game yet because he just gets it all for free.
Yeah.
Like I think Demon's Souls was for free recently.
Yeah, but then see that's like 4 years old, right? And at that point, like I don't know.
But if you haven't played it, you haven't played it.
Yeah, but Anthony, look at yourself, right? All the hottest games you're going to be playing around a release, right?
It's because I'm dumb.
See? I just don't think that's for us, like the whole PlayStation Plus thing. But yeah, no, I'm curious to see what they do with Live, what they're gonna throw in there to make it more appealing, other than, well, you can play online with friends. Yeah, but what's
You can play online with strangers.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
I don't remember the last time I played a game online.
Yeah, me either.
Really?
Yeah.
Like, I mean, a console game.
I'm trying to think.
Like, I'm gonna say it was Modern Warfare 3.
Why can't you just say like Dark Souls?
It's not the same.
Yeah, that too.
That's
that's online. That's
always
online,
persistent.
Dude. That is, yeah. That's online.
I don't think I actually ever summoned anybody though.
I summoned it all the time.
I stayed dead and I played it single player.
Yeah,
pretty much.
Oh, you played it with a pussy.
Yeah.
Oh. Well, people invaded your world.
Only when you're alive. I just
Isn't
stayed
there
dead.
that one boss where you have to?
No, there was one in Demon's Souls.
Oh,
where you can become the boss.
You're right. You're right.
Man, you just made it hard on yourself.
Yeah. Okay, there is one thing I want from the new Xbox.
What?
I want a new controller.
Alright.
I think the Xbox controller 360 is still the best controller on the market, but it looks like a toy. Like, it doesn't look nice to look at, right? I want my controller to feel great and look chic. And so far, no one's done that yet.
I really miss the boomerang controller.
That looks stupid, and probably didn't feel good in the hand either.
It looked like it felt awesome.
Okay, let's move into our weeks. Who wants to start this one?
I will.
Okay.
So I saw 3 movies this week.
Damn.
I saw Rocky 3, Rocky 4, and Great Gatsby.
Rocky 7.
Yeah, and I watched a shit ton of Gargoyles. So, yeah, let's see, where do I start? Rocky 3 is the story of Rocky after becoming a champion, beating Apollo Creed in Rocky 2, and now he is on top, defending his title, and then he loses his edge because the worst thing that can happen to a fighter happens to him.
He gets pregnant. No. What?
Junior?
He becomes civilized. Oh, snap. Oh. He's focusing more on the PR and all that stuff. Well, Clubber Lang is a hungry new contender. He's young. He's like, hey, Balboa. Hey, Balboa. Hey, boy. I will fight you.
Once you're at the top, you got no motivation.
Yep, that's exactly right. And then Clubber Lang, a.k.a. Mr. T, a.k.a. I don't know his real name.
Yeah.
Beats him up. And then Rocky has to train with Apollo Creed, his rival from 2, to train to become champion again. And yeah, movie's sick. It has my favorite training scene, even though it's a little bit questionable as to their sexual orientation. Because at the end, I saw TJ, they frolicked in the beach together. They jump in the water and hug each other and clap. And it's kind of hot, but also not. But yeah, Sylvester Stallone's physique from Rocky 2 to Rocky 3, extreme change. It's like what he did was just rip open his skin and then take out all the fat and stick his skin back on. It's just all muscle. Wow. I was just like, man, look at you, right? It's like you have 3%. I heard he had in shooting he had 3 to 4% body fat.
Wow.
Yeah, which is super insane.
So much.
Yeah.
Wow. So much body fat.
Yeah, so it's insane. So obviously he wins the title again.
Of course, he's Rocky.
In Rocky 4, it's a story of Dolph Lundgren.
Yes.
Who is Ivan Drago, comes to America to have exhibition matches. One of them was supposed to be with Rocky, but then Apollo Creed doesn't like his tone. Then Apollo Creed challenges him and gets killed in the ring.
He gets killed?
He gets killed in the ring.
That's why I love Ivan Drago.
And then Ivan's words were like, if he dies, he dies. And then Rocky wants
Of course he would say that.
Rocky wants to get revenge on his friends, so it's steroids and top-of-the-line top-of-the-line machines, which is even Drago, versus Rocky training in the wild, running up hills, pushing carts out of the snow, training in a barn, lifting rocks.
So what you're telling me is he took a break from boxing and became Rambo?
A little bit. He had full-on beard when he was in training. And, they had a cheesy 80s song, Hearts on Fire, Strong Desire. And,
Hearts on Fire, Strong Desire.
And, yeah, man, they were training in the barn and stuff. And, oh, man, this training scene was good. Yeah. I just want the Rocky montages to be constantly playing in my background.
You know what montage I always liked?
What?
The Never Back Down one.
Oh, yeah, that one was a good one.
With Digimon Honsu. And... young Tom Cruise lookalike.
Yeah,
I watched that movie recently.
That's a great movie.
Yeah, it's pretty funny. That was a good marketing thing when they had the video, the viral video of him getting punched, the breakdancer getting punched out. Yes. Yeah.
Continue.
But so in this one, and then Rocky obviously wins.
Rocky always wins.
But in the end, it's even better because he says hey, so there's 2 guys here that are killing each other, but I guess it's better than 3 million people killing each other, meaning Soviet versus. And then the Russian people get up and not him because it's in Russia. I'm just and then in the end he has the American flag around him and he's like, yeah. I'm just so good. Way to start my day.
Way to start your day?
Wait, you watched Rocky over breakfast?
Yeah, when I wake up.
I watch Rocky to get my pump.
Yeah, in the mornings because I'm
go work out.
I did. That's exactly what I did after.
That's funny.
Went on iTunes, searched up Rocky soundtrack, got the main theme, got Eye of the Tiger, and I didn't get Hearts on Fire yet, but I'm working on it. And then went out and worked out. It was good stuff. I tried to find Rocky 5 to watch, but sadly I couldn't find it, so I still have 5 and 6 to work through.
Yeah.
And I'll be finished the Rocky trilogy, or whatever, many,
the series.
Octilogy.
Yeah.
No, that's 8.
Whatever. It's just gonna be 8. You'll see.
Yeah, it's Hex, right?
Yes.
Hexology. And then I watch also Gargoyles.
Yes.
So Gargoyles is about a time where sword and superstition rules. It was like the age of fear, the age of gargoyles. So that's what this is about. Do you guys know what that's from?
Oh my god.
You know what it's from?
Isn't that the intro?
That's the intro. It was the age of fear, it was the age of darkness, it was the age of gargoyles. Yeah, good stuff. Anyway, didn't realize that was from the second season, not the first.
Oh.
So the first thing that's apparent to me when I watched this TV show, for its time, it was well animated. Like, really
what was the year though?
I can't remember.
Okay.
It was really well animated, and Vince clued me in that Disney just poured a lot of money into this.
Yes.
And I don't understand why. This show is not cute.
Yeah.
It's dark.
Yeah.
And, like, it deals with so many ridiculous... I guess it's in the same vein as the Batman animated series. Kind of dark and noir and kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because, I mean, even one of the episodes dealt with, like, handgun misuse. Like, accidentally shooting someone and stuff.
Yeah.
So, I was like, I don't really know what... Like, how much appeal this got. And apparently it was really, really popular.
Yeah.
Yeah. And another big thing, too, is that, you're right, it's like they threw a lot of money at it because the animation was just, like, superb.
Yeah, I don't know why they... Because...
Why did they push it so hard?
I don't know, because, let's face it, cartoons exist to sell toys, but the toy line never took off.
Yeah, it's not like you're gonna, hey, can I get a live plushie? No.
Yeah.
It's like...
I think it was just that Disney had a lot of money, because that was the age when Disney movies kind of ruled the world, right? Like,
that's true.
That was like Aladdin,
Yeah.
Lion King. Oh yeah, Lion King came out and won like all the Oscars that year.
Yeah. But yeah, so this show is like really good. I really like all the characters. All the gargoyles are pretty different. I don't know if you remember any of them. Goliath, the leader.
Yep, remember him.
Lexington, the little guy with the bald one, who does all the mechanics and stuff.
Does he have goggles?
Sometimes.
Okay.
Brooklyn, the one who has the beak, and he has the white hair. You know, it's kind of like a demon, but he's like.
I remember that one.
The bad boy.
I remember that one.
Broadway, the fat one who would eat all the time.
That one. Don't remember that one.
Hudson, who is the old one with the beard and the weird eye. And
the weird eye, yeah.
And then Bronx, who's their dog.
Bronx!
But the star of the show, my new crush, next to Callan from Code Geass, is Elisa Massa.
Yes.
She's just a cool cat.
Yeah?
She's a half African-American, half Hispanic police officer in the NYPD. It's true! Her brother's like super black.
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
You didn't know that? Yeah,
Oh.
and I was like, man. And like, she's so awesome because she's like the human element in the show. Yeah, what? I'm serious. She's
opposed to the gargoyle element. What do you want?
Yeah, and then like,
okay.
The cool thing about the show is that they explore a lot of like old-ish themes, like Midsummer Night's Dream. They meet like Puck from Midsummer Night's Dream, which is a Shakespeare play, I think.
Yep.
And also they meet like a guy who's named after Macbeth and stuff. So yeah, I think it's really smartly written. The villain's great, David Xanatos.
Is he just some dude?
Yeah, he's just some dude who's really rich.
So he's like a Lex.
Yeah,
Luthor?
he's like Lex Luthor.
Yeah.
And they just have all these misunderstandings between the gargoyles and...
Misunderstandings?
Yeah, like sometimes they would think that, Xanatos is doing something, but he's actually not. Or, like, Xanatos would, like, do something, but then it would turn the gargoyles against each other and whatnot. And it's just, he's like Lex. He can't beat them by force, so then he uses, like, underhanded tactics and whatnot. So it's really smartly written. I really enjoyed it. I'm halfway through the second season.
Really?
Yeah. I don't know how many seasons there are, but yeah.
I know there's like 70-something episodes.
Yeah. It's good stuff. I really enjoyed it.
Yeah.
And the last thing I did, which is, like, I think my favorite thing that I did this week, was I watched Great Gatsby.
Mm-hmm.
And this movie is done by Baz Luhrmann.
Mm-hmm.
Is that a name?
I think so. The man of Chicago?
No, I heard it's Moulin Rouge, right?
Sorry, Moulin Rouge, yes.
Moulin Rouge.
Yes,
and, so this movie is based on the book of the same name, The Great Gatsby, where Nick Carraway moves in next to an enigmatic man named Jay Gatsby, who turns out to be in love with Carraway's cousin Daisy, and it's his story of him trying to like win Daisy back by throwing lavish parties and trying to make Daisy notice him.
Yes.
And the first thing is that this movie's soundtrack was done in collaboration with the Hove, Jay-Z.
Yes.
And there's a lot of Hove.
Yes.
There's a lot of Hove.
I heard that this is quite the psychedelic experience.
It is, and it's really weird. Like, when the first half an hour of the movie, it's all like Moulin Rouge blown up huge.
Yeah, that's what I heard. It's all colors. And
it's like, colors, and it's just random.
I think someone told me it was like they likened it to like a cartoon with Leonardo DiCaprio.
Yeah, yeah. Like the parties were amazing to look at. Like I wish I could party like that. It's so amazing. Like his house and everything. And what's crazy is that one of the characters looked just like one of my friends.
Oh.
Yeah. So I was like, whoa. And yeah, I really like this movie a lot. Leonardo DiCaprio played a real good Jay Gatsby, but I think he just always gives 100% to every role.
Yeah, he is. Yeah.
And Tobey Maguire, he's as always usual awkward.
Yeah.
Really awkward.
Famous for MTV Best Kiss.
Oh yeah, the Spider-Man one.
Yeah.
Yeah, I expected him just to jump away and just be Spider-Man.
I hate Tobey.
Everybody gets one. Yeah. And the last Daisy was okay. I don't really recognize the actress at all. I don't know if you do.
No, I have no idea.
But yeah, this movie is just really. It's like you're right. It's like a cartoon. Everything's done so extravagantly from the hired house. Like the hired house people, like there's 3 doors. They'd all walk through the same door, all 3 doors at the same time to open all 3 doors. It's not like just a regular person where you just open a door. They like walk through it at the same time and like circle around.
Yeah.
And like whenever in their houses, like everything would just be so lavish and large. Like the famous yellow car was done like really like extravagantly, and the driving sequences were always so fast. And
yes,
I think everything about this movie was really fast and really extreme. That's how I would describe it. Like I watched the old Great Gatsby with Robert Redford, and I was just like, this is kind of boring. Yeah. But then this is like, whoa, they turned it into this. It's kind of crazy. But yeah, no, I really enjoyed it a lot. I guess they did a lot of changes for the book, because like in the book, I think my friend said that Gatsby's dad comes to his funeral, but he never comes in this one. And in this movie, Nick Carraway is narrating all this to a psychiatrist. Yeah. But in the book, I think he's just narrating it just out of his own memory and stuff. But yeah, I definitely recommend it to go see it. You can just see it with your friends or with a girl. Like it's a fine movie either way. Like I think that everybody will find something here to enjoy.
You think so?
Yeah. And man, Gatsby's so cool. I wish I was Gatsby.
Is it Gatsby or is it Leo?
I think it's Gatsby.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Just what he does for the woman, and what he does to make himself something old sport. Old sport.
Yeah, I can't even remember that book.
Yeah?
No. I don't think I've ever read it.
Well, this is a good refresher.
Yeah.
It's cool if you don't remember the book, because this will be all new to you. And if you do remember the book, it's interesting because you'll get to see, I wonder how they're going to do this famous scene. So, yeah. I really enjoyed this movie. Definitely go see it. It's a good movie, old sport.
I get it.
Yeah.
I get it.
Yes.
And that's everything?
Yes. Yes, that is everything.
Okay, Anthony, why don't you tell me what you've been up to?
Got this book.
I could have swore you got that like a couple weeks ago.
I did, but I haven't been able to talk about it yet.
Oh, what's this book?
Hyrule Historia, the Zelda book.
Okay.
So it was on sale.
Yep.
For because it's usually $40. It's like, I'm not gonna pay $40 for
what?
a book.
It's usually like 20. No one sells it for that price.
Comic book stores do.
No one sells it. Don't be an idiot. No one sells it for that price.
All right, but it was on sale for like $14, $15.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, mine. And so I bought it, and this book is crazy. It's got the official timeline of all the Zelda games, and I didn't realize that they all split off after Ocarina of Time when I first read it. And it's kind of crazy. Like, there's a lot of awesome concept art. There's a lot of cool backstory on designs, and kind of like it makes me realize that the Zelda series is kind of more adult than I thought it was. Like on the surface, it's it's pretty kiddie, like guy in a bright green suit going around in forests and stuff. But when you learn about in depth more about the villains, there's an official comic book in the back where Link is pretty much a war prisoner. Locked up by a town, and it's a lot more mature than you think it is. And it's also it's just a cool book. Going through all the games, you get to see all the concept art and what their designs were for each character, like what processes they went through and what they could have been if it weren't for the final product. And it's just a really awesome book. Like if you're a Zelda fan, then totally pick it up.
I didn't realize you were such a big Zelda fan.
I really like Zelda. This Zelda is pretty much my favorite, I guess, action adventure type thing. They hit all the cookie cutter points I want in those games.
Yeah.
And they do them very well in all the games I've played. They somehow take the same, I guess, tried and true formula, but then put different spins on it. Like with Twilight Princess, it was the wolf in the Dark World. In Majora's Mask, it was the masks and stuff like that. And at its core, it's still dungeon, final boss.
Yeah.
But they make it interesting enough while playing it and different enough from the last game that I really enjoy Zelda.
Yep.
Yeah. And also, because of this book, I realized half of it is Skyward Sword stuff.
Yeah.
I borrowed Skyward Sword from the fourth chair, TJ.
Yes.
Who just left the room. And I've been playing that. And it's still a Zelda game. You go from point A to point B and C, D, E, F, final. And the thing is, though, is just like Twilight Princess, I wish I was using a controller and not waggle. Like the motion controls.
Well, I wouldn't say it's waggle.
It's not. Yeah, no, it's very precise because it uses the Wii Motion Plus, and you have to like do side swipes and stuff, and that's really cool. And I thought it was really cool for the first dungeon.
Yeah.
But now it's quickly worn off on me. Like I kind of wish it was just I press a button to attack, and then I got to dodge blocks and stuff. Mostly because to do certain attacks, it doesn't register 100% of the time, even though it's still precise. Like stuff like the spin attack.
Really, you had problems with that?
Yeah, I still have problems with the spin attack. Skyward Strike, like getting it to a point where eventually it locks on once you get it straight enough. Yeah. But it's kind of a pain in like mid battle when you're kind of rushing shit. The one thing I do really like though is the shield durability.
What?
In Skyward Sword, where all your shields have a stamina bar.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and you don't just have this infinite stone wall of protection. You kind of have to. You either have to learn how to parry so you take no damage from the block and you can counterattack, or you need to be swift on your feet. Yeah. And that's really cool. It makes me not rely on the shield so much.
Did you traditionally play Zelda like shield up all the time?
Shield up and go forward.
Oh, that's why. Okay.
Yeah. And so that's really cool, and it added a new dynamic for me at least. And also the upgrade system, where you can upgrade the items you get. Like so far, I got the slingshot and some shields, and you can upgrade those into better versions. The one thing I didn't realize is that when your shield breaks, I thought it was going to be like, oh, it's just unusable until you go back. And
why would you think that?
I don't know. Like I didn't think they'd make it so harsh. So like I had an upgraded shield, and I went back, and it was gone. I was like, no, I didn't know. But yeah, it's cool. And I really enjoyed the whole flying thing in the Sky Town is fun. Going to the different islands after you get all those boxes on the surface. Yep. And I'm really excited to see basically how it all started, because Zelda's dad is pretty much the Light Sage. Yeah. And as soon as I was like, oh my god, you're a skinnier Light Sage, though you're still kind of fat. And I want to see how everything starts from this. Pretty much from Skyward Sword.
Yeah, it's really cool. The ending of that game is like, oh, I see it all now. It all makes sense why this all existed.
Yeah. It also makes me wonder if like if they had all of this kind of stuff in store when they first started making Zelda, or if they're like, okay, what have we had in the past? Let's work with that.
No, I think it's a bit of both. Yeah, I think like you have all these concept ideas, but you can't use them all for a single game.
Yeah, because like, what is it? He uses the Crimson Bird to fly around, and it was something special to him. And on the Hylian shield, it's got the Crimson Bird on it under the Triforce, and just stuff like that, and just like all the symbols and crazy stuff like that. It's really cool. It's like, oh man, this is all linking together.
I think that specific thing you mentioned, I think that just must have been over time. Like I think originally the design looked like was just random.
Yeah.
And then they just eventually shaped it into something you want. Because if you
Okay.
look, I think, at Ocarina of Time's shield, it's not quite the same.
Yeah.
Right? Like, these things, they have changed and
then
evolved.
but yeah, you I guess people could always chalk that up to like it's like 420 or 480p.
Yeah.
Not even.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, no, it's still a really fun game. I'm on the Fire Temple now.
Is that the second?
It's the second temple.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I'm using a lot. Like, there's a lot of cool bomb tricks that they have, and some sweet mountain sliding. Pretty much, I'm just mountain sliding.
Right.
Right now, I gotta find all these key pieces so I can actually enter the tunnel. Mm-hmm. And yeah, and it's got me. It's hooked me. So I've been playing that.
Cool.
That's as far as I got too.
Oh, okay.
The second thing?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. Game's cool.
Yeah.
What? I'm just saying.
And then the last thing I've been doing has been watching a lot of Initial D. Mm-hmm. I finished the first. Well, first off, I tried to read it.
Yeah.
And I was like, "Oh, this is really awesome!" Like, and I'm reading it, but I always get distracted by other manga that I start and that I keep up with. Mm-hmm. And so when I saw it was on Netflix in English, I was like, "Oh, I could just do what Blaven does, watch it in the background, like what he did with Gundam Wing."
Yeah.
And so I've been doing that, and really, the story's not that deep in Initial D. It's like, new guys came to the mountain, raced these motherfuckers. Mm-hmm.
It's a high school story.
Yeah. And I can see why you and TJ are like totally in love with that series. Mm. It's just classic. It's like the guy who was the best racer ever had a kid. His kid's fucking amazing, but doesn't know it. And he has like all these like weird like Mr. Miyagi type training things. It's like when you take the tofu up the mountain, don't spill this cup of water. Yeah. And he has to drift without spilling the water, and like he learns all these crazy tricks on his own mountain pass. And then the rivals with the other teams. So there's the Speed Stars, which is the team you're following. Yeah. There's the Night Kids. There's the two friends, the
Red Sun,
Mako, and that race was my favorite of stage 1. Yeah. The Mako race. It's really cool. And then when he tried to go meet her at the mountain, and there was the traffic jam, heartbreak. I was like, man, why didn't you just realize it sooner? Yep. Oh, but yeah, I really hope they come back. And yeah, it's just really great. I really love it. Right now, I'm on season 2, and they just finished against the WRX team. Yeah. Because the guy got too cocky.
I can't remember.
Yeah. The guy got too cocky before the hairpins and just smoked him.
Yes.
And they're thinking about upgrading the 8.6.
Yeah, all their cars go through major upgrades.
Yeah, I heard what's his face's 8.5 gets a turbo. Yep. Yeah, and there's this other stuff. The show's also made me be on Wikipedia a lot.
Why?
Because I don't know a lot of the car terms.
Oh, what don't you know?
Just when they start doing like the short forms of everything, like the FRs and the BRs and like that kind of stuff, I'm just like, okay, what are all those short forms? And it's like eventually it's like, oh, I should have just got that, but like at the time, I just didn't know.
The hard one to pick up on are like the fact that he refers to his car as an 8.6.
Yeah.
Which is a shortened version of AE 8.6, which is just a chassis model of a car which is just Toyota Corolla.
Which is ridiculous.
Yes.
Holy crap.
Yeah.
And it's a Panda Torino.
Yes, just because of the paint.
Yeah, because of the paint color.
And then the one thing, if you watch it in Japanese, the car's not even referred to by like that at all.
Yeah.
It's called Hachiroku.
Hachiroku.
Yeah. So
okay.
You know what that means?
No.
8.6.
Really?
Hachi's 8. Roku's 6.
Listen, I only know up to 3.
Yeah.
Each Nissanchi.
And then like in
that's 4.
In the motorsport world, you just call them Hachis now.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
8s.
Yeah.
8s. Call them 8s.
Because it's easier to say than to complete the road. Because you all know what you're talking about. Because
eventually it's like, yo, you see that H rolling down the road? It's like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, it's really cool. Like in all of the really technical and I don't know how true it is to real life, but it's really cool all of the creative ways he tries to get around cars that are technically better than his, but his skill is just so good that he is able to smoke them.
Yeah.
Yeah, like when in the first race when he used the rain gutters.
Yeah.
It blew my mind. I was like, what the hell?
Yeah.
That's insane.
Yeah.
It's just kind of going on from there. And now that he's, it's getting really interesting because I was kind of boring. It was kind of getting boring of him winning on his own mountain pass. And now that he's like, I don't want to race on my mountain pass anymore. Yeah. He has to go to other people's territories and dominate them. Yeah. So yeah, it's going to be really fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't wait. And then third stage is
Third stage is a big one.
Okay.
It's a big it's an event. What happens there? Yeah.
Okay. Also, I'm going to ask you during the WRX races. they use was it simulation 1, 2, and 3?
Mm-hmm.
What are those? What's simulation?
What do you mean?
When he was racing him, when the WRX was racing the 8.6, he was like, "Why am I only using simulation 3 against this crappy 8.6? Like I should just blow him out of the water and stuff." I guess there's like settings on a car on the WRX. I guess.
They have like. Contrary to popular belief, when you go for a race, you don't just show up with your car. Most people have plans and strategies and tactics, right? Okay. And so they set up their car depending on what they're expecting from their opponent and certain stages of the track. Or like you could divide like a track into 3 sectors and where your car should have a technical advantage. And then so sometimes the drivers wonder why they were set up with like this version of their car setup, right? And they're like, and when they question like how come it's not working, it's always because he's just so much better. Yeah, like you should technically be beating him, but
it's just he's so good. He keeps to those guardrails so tight. Yeah, that yeah. But yeah, it's cool. And then they have the whole high school life aspect with him and his friend getting girlfriends, and that one girl going out with that older dude. Mm-hmm. That was creepy. Yeah. Yeah. So I don't know how that's going to play out because they just broke up in the show.
Yeah, after stage 3, it just becomes like if you have the technical jargon was bad now, like it is. That's all it is.
It's all it is.
That's all it is, and then all those cool techniques that he uses in the beginning, they come back to bite him in the ass.
Can other people use them?
It's not so much. It's just that people like he's at a such higher level that people know real racing techniques
rather than parlor tricks.
Yeah, rather than tricks, and his tricks, while cool, don't. There's a limit to them, right? Okay. Right, and eventually, like he has to cope with like learning something new.
Okay, that's pretty cool. The coolest thing I'll say though that happened in the first stage was when the dad finally took the car out on the pass to test it. Oh yeah. With the gas station owner. Yeah. And he drifted around the corner without touching the steering wheel. Yeah. He was just like poof, and he's just like lighting a cigarette and smoking. It's like, whoa, you're that good? Holy crap. Yeah. It was really cool. It's like I don't know. It's like if you were watching Dragon Ball Z and you only saw Gohan, and then all of a sudden Goku came out of nowhere. It's pretty cool. Yeah. But yeah, I actually really. I'd imagine so. Yeah. I really like that series. It's pretty dope. And that's been my week.
Cool. Mine's relatively short. It's also about cars. I got Forza Horizon. This is by the team, basically the ex-racing teams from Britain. So they made PGR. They made all the Toka Race Driver games.
They made the Toka Race Driver games?
Well, it's all like all those other studios who kind of just been shut down, right? Okay. Because their games just flopped. So they all band together. Microsoft said, okay, here you go, we'll make Forza Horizon. And Forza Horizon is that sort of, it's that cross of like simulation and arcade where they try and include everything to appeal to everybody, and that's the game's problem. Oh, okay. Right? Like, it's all open road stuff. Like, there's no circuit stuff. It's all on the open street in Colorado. Ooh. Colorado. Wow. And it's, point-to-point races and whatever. So, like, the fun thing about point-to-point races is, well, there's traffic, right? Traffic is always fun. You go around them. People are racing you. You don't have to be on the road. You can go onto the grass. And that's fun, but then you crash cars, it's like, oh, there's no damage. And it's also like Gran Turismo physics, where when you crash into another car, they're basically just like an empty box.
Take a shot forward.
So, yeah, so there's really no
I win online races, man.
There's no negative to hitting anybody, right?
In fact, it's positive.
And you know how like in Midnight Club, when there's like they put checkpoints, you gotta get here throughout the city. Okay. Say you miss like a turn, there's always a shortcut. This is Colorado on open country roads. If you miss a turn, you're going in another direction. You cannot come back. So it's like, why don't you put up barriers? Because it's dumb. You're gonna restart. You can upgrade all your cars, like what everybody wanted from Need for Speed. Mm-hmm. It's comparable to like what's available in Forza, and the simulation part, like the driving physics, they're not like on Gran Turismo or Forza level, but they have a clutch button. So I mean that alone should tell you that like this is not super arcadey enough to whatever, but it's like Need for Speed, the original Most Wanted, without all the badassery.
No Razor Callahan.
No, so like
$5,000.
like it takes place around a car festival, and you're beating people on the lists to get your name higher.
The blacklist.
Because I think there's like 300 participants, right? And you're trying to get to
number one.
Number
Obviously,
one.
You want to be number one.
And it does this whole wristband thing. Like every couple of races, you get to do like an event race where you get a colored wristband. I think it goes down the rainbow, where like purple's the highest, I believe, and like red's the lowest. And every time you do the wristband event, it's always against a big shot on the list.
Ooh.
And the structure is Most Wanted, and I feel like Most Wanted fans who didn't get what they wanted out of Criterion's Most Wanted will probably like this game. But then the problem is, it's like, but then this game's a little too simmy, and there's no badassery, and it's very...
Is there a nitrous button?
No.
Then I'm out.
See, there's none of that, and there's no cops, right?
Oh,
and it's like...
There's no pursuit breakers?
It's all about people being good, and...
That's not fun.
Yeah, I mean, like I've put a lot of time into it, and the car selection's great.
You got me with the list. I was like, oh, it's the blacklist all over again. Let's do this.
Yeah, that's what it is, and then like, well, it's not actually that exciting, and it's kind of boring. And then I saw the announcement that Gran Turismo 6 is being announced, and I was like, I realized that I am much more at home on a circuit with like a circuit racing game versus on the streets. But I'm like, you know what? I don't even care about Gran Turismo 6 or the next real Forza game as much as I think I am.
Whatever. If Case taught me anything, real racing's for chumps, street racing's where it's at.
Totally, yeah. The one thing this game does have is awesome AI. They really make you feel like you're racing.
Okay.
Like, they'll do they'll do dickish moves. Like, they'll make sure that if you're gonna try and overtake them on the outside, they'll push you off they'll push you closer to the confines of the track so that you can't make the corner. You know. They'll cut you off so that, like, if there's, like, a wedge scenario, they'll make sure to cut you off so you have to brake.
It's mean.
Yeah, like, they do real smart racing tactics, and I'm like, fuck.
I can't do that. Shit.
But then it's kind of like, well, but I'm not really racing. Like, this isn't, like, legit. I can just ram you. I don't have to obey that.
Because, yeah, they're really smart, but then since there's no damage...
Yeah, it's like, there's no penalty to just, well, fuck it, I'm going to run into you then.
Just put a cow catcher on the front of your car.
There you go. See, and it's like, oh, well, whatever. Yeah, but the Forza Horizon's pretty cool. Whatever.
I guess
it's alright. It's cool. And then I went out to Toys R Us to buy Lego. So it's like, oh, I want to buy Lego. I want to build Lego. It's been like 10 years since I played with Lego. I'm gonna buy Lego. And
turns out they're Connects.
No, they're not. Connects actually doesn't even exist anymore.
What?
Yeah.
Oh, my childhood's broken.
They're gone, man.
No.
First of all, what's the plural for Lego?
Lego.
Is it?
I don't know.
Why not?
There is none.
Legos.
It's just Lego. Don't ever say Legos in front of a Lego enthusiast.
Well, why did you run into one?
Yeah, don't ever say Lego.
Yo, you got a bunch of...
Yo,
you got Legos?
Yo, tell me about the story. What happened?
No, nothing. They just give you, like, really, like, snarky looks. Like, they're better. Like, they do the whole highbrow thing. Like, Lego. Actually, you know.
Yo, how about you Lego
I ran into an entire family. Like, okay, I was at, like, Walmart at, like, 10 at night. And I ran into a family in the Lego aisle. And they were, like, a Lego family. And I didn't realize the brand association with Lego was so strong. The dad was like, oh, Hasbro's competing Lego building block brand is Creo, right?
Okay.
Yeah. And they have the license to Star Trek, so obviously there's the Starship Enterprise in Lego or Creo form. And the father was like, this looks amazing. And the kids were like, cool, wicked. The mom comes along, what is that? It's the Enterprise. That's not Lego. Put it down. Put it down.
Are you serious?
Yeah, and he's like, but it's the Starship. She's like, honey, you know just as well as I do. Not the same quality. It's not Lego. Put it down. And I was just like, oh man. Just like,
that's hilarious.
I didn't realize like that existed. Like there was that sort of brand association out there, and I don't know. They ended up going for some Star Wars stuff, and the other thing that Lego was doing is like these minifigure blind bag things, right?
Okay.
And they were all feeling them.
You love blind bags.
Yeah, no, they were all feeling them, looking for certain ones. And I'm like, I was like, excuse me, what are you guys doing? They're like, we're just feeling for the thing. I'm like, why don't you just look at the number? And,
what?
And they're like, what? And I'm like, yeah, look, I have it on my phone. Here, check it out. And I think, like, they didn't say anything to me, but I think the mom, you could tell, looks super pissed because, like, you just took out all the fun that me and my kids have, like, every week. Just feeling these bags.
What do you mean the number?
Like, because, like, there's a serial code at the bottom.
Yeah.
And the last number always designates which character it is. Because there's, like, 8 per series. Like, every 2 months they put out, like, a new series of Lego minifigures. I think they're on, like, series 10 right now.
Mm-hmm.
And, like, there's a number that's, like, 5 digits long, but the last number dictates who's in the bag.
Okay.
And, you know, it's not like Japan where they make things fucking impossible. Here in North America, it's like, if you really want something, just look at the number. Here you go. And, yeah, the mom was just, like, not even a smile out of her. But the husband was like, oh, that's great. Now we don't have to worry about stressing out.
You know what, though? The mom was probably like, this is hot. You're hot. You just made it easier for us.
Maybe.
No, man, she was pissed. Quality time away from
This
her
is
kids.
the same lady who was just like, put that down. That's not
Creo.
Lego.
Ugh.
Anyways.
She just said Duplo in front of her.
Anyways, I didn't realize Lego is expensive. Holy shit.
How you mean?
Like, you look at like Mega Bloks or Creo, like the competing brands.
Okay.
You look for something that looks to be relatively the same size. Lego is like 50% more expensive.
Yeah.
Like, it's crazy.
It's the brand.
Yeah.
Can you still just buy like a box of assorted bricks?
Yeah, not at stores though. You gotta go online to get that. You gotta
okay.
go. I think it's bricklink.com.
Okay.
Yeah. Or you could just buy specific bricks you want.
So I want red 6 portions.
It's called mocking.
That's crazy.
Mocking?
Yeah. Like when you build something, it's called mock, like MOC.
Oh.
I don't know what that stands for. So yeah. Anyways, one of the themes.
My own creation.
Oh, that makes sense.
Oh yes.
Yeah, that makes sense. One of the themes they had was Ninjago.
Yeah, Ninjago? Yeah.
Yeah. So it's ninjas, right? So what do you associate with ninjas? Temples, golden dragons, silver Rathalos, and
Swords.
And like a ship, like it was this cool like Chinese inspired or Japanese inspired, like the sail ships.
Yeah.
Really cool. And I was like, okay, I'm gonna probably go into here because my other options are Monster Fighter, I think, which is like Frankenstein and werewolves and stuff like that, or Star Wars, or Kaima, which is their fantasy sort of line.
Okay.
But I said, no, I like ninjas. Ninjas are the weeaboo in me will be appreciative of ninjas. The one I buy is called Kai's Fire Mech. And it is exactly what you think it is. It is a ninja in a giant robot suit.
So it's Kai from Beyblade.
In a ninja outfit.
In a ninja outfit.
But he's got like a giant mech.
So you bought Lego?
Yeah, it cost me $8.
Oh, okay.
It's an $8 set.
So rich.
You end up with like it's maybe like 6 inches tall of this like robot with a ninja in the middle.
Uh-huh.
The concept was dumb, and I'm like, I'm gonna do it anyway because I like robots.
Is it like an exoskeleton type thing?
Kinda.
Okay.
So yeah, I guess that's the closest thing. Yeah, he's like in the middle, and there's like limbs around him, and
I'm waiting for the aliens the yellow bulldozer robot. You know what I'm talking about?
no.
The one that he beat Sailing
the one
Yeah.
that Ridley
Yeah,
at the end.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I know you're talking about. Yeah. Anyways, I built it. I'm like, man, I can see the appeal for Lego. Lego is awesome. I was like, you know how like I wanted to build like a model kit,
Yeah.
but I didn't like the product.
Yeah.
At the end, Lego scratches that itch where it's like it's simple enough where I don't have to be paying attention that much, and at the end, I don't have to worry about like
Breaking it.
And if I made a mistake, it is so easy to undo.
It's just pop.
Yeah. And if you're interested, listeners, I actually filmed the entire process. It took me 20 minutes. It's on YouTube there. I'll put a link in the notes to check it out. But it's there, and yeah. If you wanna like to hang out with me by myself in my room over breakfast, building Lego, talking about random stuff, there you go.
Do that all the time.
All the time, yeah. And then someone told me about this one Lego line called Exoforce that was around in 2008. And I asked them what that is, and they're like, "Oh, it was designed to appeal to Japanese anime and super robots." And I'm like, "What?
The fuck?
Exoforce? That doesn't sound Japanese." And they're like, "Yeah, check it out." I look at the Lego minifigures, and you know what it is?
What?
It's Lego minifigures with fucking Super Saiyan hair in all the colors of the rainbow.
I'm looking at it right now.
Yeah, that's dumb.
Looks dumb.
Yeah, so I was like, huh. And they're like, yeah, and they sit inside giant, like...
Mechs.
Yeah.
That's funny.
I'm like, if I knew about this, I think I would have totally bought the shit out of it.
Yeah, me too. It looks like they were from a Cyberbots.
Yeah. Oh, Cyberbots. That's an old game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It doesn't look amazing by any chance.
Yeah.
Kai's Fire Mech?
Yeah.
That's hilarious.
Yeah, so there you go. But then I had an idea of what we could do as a group in the future.
What?
Which I will only tease on the show, but you might actually end up hearing in the future.
Yep.
There we go. And that's everything. That's our week.
It's transformable?
What?
Fire Mech?
No.
Oh.
Oh, the thing with the Fire Mech is, like, you guys are probably thinking, like, it's this giant static statue, right?
Yeah.
It's not. It's like... It's got, like, joints and shit.
Yeah.
Like, it...
Cool.
Yeah. Looks sick.
Yeah.
You know, ages 6 to 14, you're a little bit over, but whatever.
I know. I read that.
It's
I'm like,
mental ages.
Shit, I'm fucking old.
It's mental ages.
Yeah. Anyways, you can find us on the internet, type3.podbean.com. Remember to review us on iTunes, like us on Facebook, and...
Follow us on Twitter.
Yeah.
Subscribe to us on iTunes.
Yeah.
I mean YouTube. That one. We already said iTunes. I mean YouTube.
Yeah, and if you want to write into us...
Comments, likes.
Any feedback, anything you want us to talk about, type
Video responses.
tniab.letters@gmail.com is the place to go. And this has been another week of 3 Nerds in the Basement in your ears. We'll see ya.